Hi everybody, this is Diane. I am working some more on the Stash Buster journals. If you didn't see the introductory video for these, I am making some more Stash Buster journals, but these are going to have sewn in signatures. So I've created a nice 2¼ inch spine on these beautiful vintage textbooks. I love the bright colors and I just like the covers. Look at that pretty green. And it's electricity, technical electricity and electronics. And there's this big technical room with these guys that kind of reminds me of what you would see at NASA with these guys at their operating boards. And this one is Learning in Science. As you can see, this one is thicker than this one, but that's because I've been adding the elements to the pages. And I'm not done with it, but I'm going to go ahead and start on this one now. So I will just remove the signatures so we can work on them. I've already pulled some elements here, so I'll be fishing for things in that bucket, but probably I'll be using other items also. So to start off, we have a pattern paper, scrapbook paper, and a piece of trim sewn to the edge, and I want to make it so that you can journal on this page. So I'm going to add this piece that says blah blah from the desk of, and so on and so forth. I got this, it wasn't new, but it's 2013 knockknockstuff.com. Knock Knock Stuff has a lot of these kind of cheeky notepads and kinds of sheets. So I have quite a collection of the tablets, little pads that you can buy, little notepads and list sheets and just all kinds of things like that, even in fun shapes. So I just brought an assortment over here so I can use some. And that's what this is from. I'm going to glue that there. And then I have this pad from Post-it, and I just got it at Walmart, and our Walmart just remodeled, and most of our checkouts are now self-checkout, which is kind of annoying. But so I picked this up. It had 3 tablets in it. One said tomorrow, one said ASAP, and I don't remember what, maybe the other one said today, I don't remember. But I scanned it and it was $5.95 for the set of 3 pads. Post-it's expensive. And since it was self-checkout and I didn't know how to, I don't think I could have removed it myself. And of course there wasn't anybody right there available. I just paid for it. And I probably shouldn't have, but anyway, I just wanted to warn you, it's not a cheap tablet there. But at least I got 3 of them. So about $2 each. I never minded doing self-checkout when I was just picking up a couple things, but if I'm there for my weekly groceries and have more, I found it easier to go through the line. Well, and also they discouraged you from taking a full cart through the self-checkout, but now I don't even know how many cashier checkouts we have, but well over half of them are self-checkouts now. Is it the same in your Walmart, if you have a Walmart in your town? And we don't have anything else. We don't have Kmart or Target or anything like that in my town. I'd have to travel about a half hour to go to anything else. And I'm going to embellish this with some washi tape just for fun. If I can get the end of the tape. Okay. I know this kind of blends in, but it does add a little bit of a pop of something there. think I'm finally getting a day to stay home. I could go to the post office and mail packages, because I had them in my car and forgot to mail them yesterday when I was out. But I think I'm good till... I think I can mail them tomorrow and still be okay, as far as my expectations from Etsy. They're all packed and ready to go. That's the other Stash Buster journals that I made. So now there's a couple spots you can write here. I could add a floral embellishment there. Let's check some out. I didn't have that prepared. Got my binder here. I like that. I've got some binders on the shelf, ephemera binders on the shelf above me, and I used to be able to remove a binder and they would all stand up. Now they all tip over. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on up there. Okay. There's one page done. Here, I have a stamped piece and a ticket. So I'm just kind of decorating pages for you, getting a start on them anyway, just because I want to use up some of my ephemera. That's the point of Stash Busters. And then I will also include some ephemera pieces in your bundle, but I'm sure you have some pieces that you could add also. Oops, I should have put this glue on this one first. This is just a colorful lottery ticket from the 70s. Oh, just rolled that glue right over the glued piece. Oh, it's a race ticket from the Finger Lakes, some racetrack, 1973. I just liked the colors of these. I thought they looked fun. And I bought them from a vendor at a flea market. I was surprised that he was selling a little tumbler glass, a short tumbler full of these tickets. Thought, who would ever think to sell those tickets? But he did, and I was glad. And this is a page from the electricity science book. No, I think it was from the science book. I'm sorry. Yeah, because it's a teacher's annotated edition, and the green pages were the teacher's part, and this one page did not have any printing on it, but I am going to add a little bit to it anyway, just for fun. I'm going to add this label. That's a printable label, and a tab, and a stamp. I had a few of these pieces that were cut when I cut a pocket. So the top of the pocket has this cutout shape, and I saved these pieces to use as tabs. This is the throwaway part, but not for a junk journaler. So I'm going to add a tab here. and a stamp. This is Amelia Earhart, 8-cent stamp. I did some of the sewing, the sewing that I knew I wanted done. So I had taken this, I've had this printable for a long time. I love it. And I printed it on just regular paper. I had it in my stash. So then I just sewed it to some cardstock and I sewed it to the page as a tuck spot. And I am going to take a giant, what did I do with it? Oh, this giant playing card that I've also had in my stash for a long time. And that'll go in there. And I'm gonna just embellish the front of it. Let me see here. I think I need to get into my binder for this one. See, they all fell over. I know you couldn't see it, but you probably heard it. I want to put something you can write on it. And I have these digital letters from Bohemian Crafter, and I love them. I have them in numbers too, but I don't use the letters because the letters always seem to stand for something, and I'm like, I don't know what that would stand for. I'm just going to start using them randomly in the journals. And I have, so that's not a journaling spot, but it's a decorative piece. But this is a little pharmacy label you could write on. And what else? Maybe something round. That could be written on. And this isn't very glossy, so these should be okay to glue on. It's not glossy like most playing cards are nowadays. And you can always glue something to this side to write on, or just use a non-smearing pen or marker to write on the back, because I think the back is glossier than the front. And then this can tuck right in here, and of course you can write on that, and you can write on that. On this page, I have some clusters, paper clusters that were made for me and sent to me by a viewer. Thank you very much. So I've used a few of them in the other journal, and I'll use a few in this one. And then this is one of the pieces that we stamped yesterday. So these, I will glue it on so it could be a tuck spot. I don't know if I will glue any or tuck anything into it. I might before I'm done. So I just glued it on the side and the top so it's open. You could tuck something in there. This is a page from an art instruction book, one of those very large paperback books you could get. I don't know how old they were, but I got several of them. Well, I had gotten some before, but at the barn flea market that I love to go to, Wanda had found some at one of the houses that she cleaned out, apparently. And anyway, she had them in the barns for $3 each. And I just love the big pages on them, so I bought a few that I liked. I have quite a lot of washi tape that I don't use that often, so I am using it in these books. My stash is so extensive with so many different items in it that doing a couple of stash buster journals doesn't really do a whole lot, except it's fun and motivates me to keep using my stash. I've had these for a long time. They were on a pad of paper that the whole sheet would have been like all one letter or number or these symbols. And I love them. I'm going to use this one and make it a pocket right there. And I will tuck in one of these tags that my daughter-in-law just gave me for Christmas, along with a playing card. I love these. Oh, that's not it. I love these round playing cards. They're just fun. So they'll go in there. Just want to let that dry. I have some glassine bags that were embellished. This one just has some ink on it and music paper. And this one has a napkin Mod Podge. I like the colors of that, so I'm going to add this to it. And I need to add a tag to the inside. Guess I don't have a tag selected. I think that one's a little too short. maybe I was going to put this in there. That fits. So this is a tree card, flash card, that Julie Mangold sent to me quite a few years ago. And I have a couple left. I could punch a hole in it and put a tie on it so it will be easy to pull it out. Let's do that. And I will put some sort of a tie on there. And then that's open back there, so I can tuck something back there also. I'm going to stamp something on this white page. For these funky stamps I got out. These are like garden creatures, but they have fairies or other things hidden within them. So this butterfly has a fairy in the middle. I think they're really fun, and the more you look at them, the more you see. Some of it didn't stamp very clearly right there, but there's a fairy in the middle, and there's a fairy here, and a fairy over here. And then there's flowers all around. It's just really pretty. It's upside down. This envelope I'm going to decorate a little bit. I didn't select images to put on it, but I do have my little packets. I'm gonna just cut a section out in the middle like that, so that when it's sewn into the signature, these flaps can open separately. Alright, I have some vintage magazine images here. See if we can make this one fit. this one will be too big, but I love this. My mother used to have a Bonnet hair dryer like that. And I used to, in the 70s, and when I was in high school, I would wash my hair. It was long and curly, and I wanted it straight because that was the style. So I would put it all up on top of my head in one ponytail and then wrap the ponytail around a juice can, like a giant orange juice concentrate can, and clip it. And that would help it to dry straight, except it always ended up with a ridge where the ponytail rubber band thing was. But I would sit, my hair was thick, so it wouldn't dry. Even if I slept in it, it wouldn't be dry. So I sat under my mom's hair dryer with a book while my younger siblings were running all around me making noise. Good memories. And I wish that they still made those. I would use one. I wash my hair in the evening, and then if I have time the next day, I'll straighten it, but it takes a long time to straighten it, so I usually don't. Okay, on this side, I'm going to add some little cards on those flaps. Little Tim Holtz cards that have been in my stash for a long time. And I will add some of the things we stamped. I wonder where they are. I only see these. And I cut a bunch of them out yesterday. I got some purple ones and some green ones. I know there's more around here. Let me put away these magazine ads. I don't need them anymore, at least at the moment. So I'll put them away safely. And, well, I'll use one of these. I'll put a purple one over here. It says pros and cons. And a green one over here. I wonder if I put them all in here. Nope, not that I can see. They're around here somewhere. They'll turn up. I'm just going to put glue on the top portion of this card and let it hang off the flap. So I'm using several envelopes in each of these journals. Remember the video that showed the envelope destash and organization? I figured I better start using some of these. So I already had these. Well, I pulled these out to put in here, the big ones, and then I decided to put some in the middle, in the center of each signature too. So you'll see that. I'm going to put one of my whist cards. They're almost gone. I've been using these up for these Stash Buster journals. Put that. I think that fits perfectly in this envelope. Might be a tight fit when it's sewn. When it's sewn in, I might have to trim the bottom of it off. And on this side, what do I have? It's too big. I could trim it. How about that? This is a vintage Rolodex card, but I can fold one of those ends in. And it will fit. There we go. I might as well trim this right now because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to. I'll just trim a little off the bottom. There, that's all I took off. This ring is too big. It keeps spinning around. Sometimes I just want to put some rings on when I do my video because all you see of me is my hands. I'm just staying home today, but I thought, well, I'll put some rings on today. Give them something pretty to look at. But it just keeps spinning around. I miss my wedding ring, of course. Here I'm going to add a piece, I think I have it in here, that I stamped a while ago, and I probably did it on a video a long time ago. And these are Tim Holtz runway stamps, they're called. Runway. And I think they're really cool. So I'm just going to glue that on to cover up that type. As a pocket. And I did an ink technique on that paper. And I'm going to put a playing card in here. It's a German one. I think it's an Animal Rummy German card and a colored flash card. One of these little ones. Leave it out while it dries. Now this is the envelope I decided to put in the middle. Someone commented on my envelope video asking about the tool I used to open, to unseal, you know, to unglue the envelope. This is what I used in the video. And it's just a tool that came with my Cricut years and years ago. But I like it because it's got the point. It's not sharp, but it's got the point, and it's kind of thin here, so I can get in and not tear up the envelope too much. But I have used this one also. The point just makes it easier to get in. I have this thin metal ruler that I could use. So whatever you have, just don't make it too thick. This one is quite thick, and so that thickness might pull and tear the paper too much. So that's, I just grabbed this one because this is the best tip for me. But if you don't have something like that, find something that will work. You probably have something. So I will be embellishing that envelope, but I'm not going to do it right now. I wasn't prepared to do that. The envelope was an afterthought. So I'll decorate that somehow and put something inside it. Here I am just going to put a little journaling spot. And it's one of the little, like a sticky note pad. If I can find it. Here they are. Put this one on. That's a simple decoration. This page itself is light enough you could write on. Now this piece that I sewed on, I didn't talk about that, but I did add, you know what? Yeah, I cut them. I sewed the cut-off pieces when I made these papers. The pieces that I cut off, I sewed onto contrasting papers to make them longer. And then I cut them to the right width that I needed. But some of them had some printing on the back. So I'm going to add a pocket here. This is slightly heavier paper, and that was just in my scrap bin. So I'm going to cut it to the right height. And cut just a little bit off the width. Maybe there. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find my mark. Then I cut off the other mark that I needed. It doesn't matter. And that is not even straight. I think I need a new blade. Probably have one. Just have to get it out and change it. But I have other paper trimmers too. I'll just glue this on. And now we have this expanse here that needs an ornament. Oh, these are the pieces I was looking for, the stamped pieces. They were in here. I thought this one would look nice on it. This is a digital, and I don't know where I got it from. I just have so many digitals printed and ready to go. I don't always remember where I get them. I think I can use one of these big colored index cards in there. I might have to trim a little of this card. Yeah, just a little. On this side, I prepared this ahead of time. I'm going to cover up most of that paper though. This is leftover from a printable that I used. I think it's from TLC Creates Vintage. I'm not sure, but I think it is, and it was for a traveler's notebook size journal. And it's got a pretty picture, but it's got lines for journaling also. So I sewed it to some cardstock already, and I'm just going to glue it to this page, and it can be used to journal on and to tuck something behind. I'm going to tuck this science page behind it, and you can use this. You could write on it. There's lots of space for writing, but you could punch pieces out, tear it, cut it, use it in the book. And I might put something else behind there that's, actually just a journaling page or something. Now for something fun, like nothing else I've done is fun. I have this cut out from a vintage children's book about, this was a very tall book about elephants, about this elephant. I think it was called something like The Very Big Elephant or something, I don't know. But I cut it out and then glued it to cardstock and then cut it out again, and now it's ready to be a tuck spot. How fun. So I'm going to glue the top and the feet, and I think the rest will be open. I wasn't sure if I should glue the tip of the trunk and then you could just tuck something in there, or leave it all open so you could tuck something bigger in. So I think it might be better for the elephant if I glue the tip of his trunk down. It's wanting to pop up, but this is a fast drying glue. We don't want his trunk getting bent. And I will just take a cut-off scrap of paper to tuck in there, and you can write on it. Just trim it a little bit. Okay, that works, and I'm going to just round the corners. You have all that space to write, and you can write on those lines too if you want to. Then I'm going to add one of our stapled embellishments that we did in the other video to this page. Just letting a little bit hang off the page. We're almost done with this signature. I'm going to take another one of my flashcards and glue that down as a pocket. We'll tuck in a couple of playing cards. I have so many playing cards, I would like to use some. here. I was looking for that. This is just a little tag that I made a long time ago. And again, I have some printing on this. Right there, so I'm going to add something you can journal on. There's a lot of space here for journaling. So I'll just add something else. You could write a heading or a date or something on that. Just in time, my clothes dryer just buzzed. I think, oh, not quite done. See if my battery holds out and my camera doesn't shut off, because it's past time that it usually shuts off. This is a printable I've had in my stash for a really long time. I'm going to trim it and glue it on here. And I'm going to, just for fun, tuck this lady in that I made with my Cricut. You can write on her if you want to on the back. She's just a fun little figure to tuck in there. And then I will add a couple of sheets that you can draw right on. And what else will I stick in there? How about this? There. That's one signature. We might not be done with it. I might go back and do some more. I know I have to decorate the center envelope, but there we go. One down. Thanks for watching. I hope you found some fun ideas of ways to use up some items that have been hanging out in your stash for a while. Or I hope you found some ideas for making embellishments to add to your stash. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you have a creative day today. Bye-bye.